Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we're going to be getting into The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and we'll be starting, as usual, by looking at the manual. But before we get started tonight, I have an announcement I would like to make, and that is that I have started a poll that I would encourage people to check out concerning what game we are going to play after The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. If I can. Yeah, okay. And I know some of you might be thinking, well, why are we now asking about which game we're going to be playing later? We've been going through the series in chronological order, and that's actually going to continue. But the next game, or the next two games, I should say, were actually released together as a pair, and uh, the way they worked is that there were two independent games that both had their own storylines, and you'd play through them. And once you beat one of them, you would get a code that then you could start the other game with that code, and it would kind of act as chapter two of the previous game. So either game could be chapter one, and then the other game would become chapter two. So we need to decide which order we're going to play them in. And let me see. I'm going to post a link to this in the Twitch chat. And for anybody interested. So the question here is, what order should we play these two games in? They're called Zelda Oracle of Ages and Zelda Oracle of Seasons. And our options are we can either play Oracle of Ages first and then Oracle of Seasons, vice versa, Oracle of Seasons first and Oracle of Ages. We could play both of them, so that would be playing Oracle of Ages and then Oracle of Seasons, and then checking out Oracle of Seasons into Oracle of Ages, or the reverse of that. And so four options here. The way this polling system works is it does need to input a name, but you don't need to sign up or anything, and the name doesn't have to be anything identifiable. You can even just put me or anonymous if you'd like. And I understand that a lot of people might not know anything about these games. So just to kind of add a little bit of interest to what might otherwise just be complete nonsense, hold up. Oh, I forgot to add a camera layer here. Sorry. Uh, okay. Hopefully you can see me now. And these are the games in question for the Game Boy Color. You'll notice that Oracle of Seasons is red and Oracle of Ages is blue colored. So thinking back to the original Zelda games that we played, where Link had he would get a blue item, and then later in the game he would advance to the red version of that item. I'm calling uh, playing Oracle of Ages, the blue one first, and then going to the red Oracle of Seasons, item progression or item order. On the other hand, we saw that early in the early games, we encountered a bunch of red enemies, and then Link encountered blue enemies later in the game. So I'm calling going from the red seasons to the blue ages enemy order. Just it has nothing to do with the items or enemies that are within each game. It's just a little bit of a uh, naming convention, just to maybe help be the tiebreaker if someone really can't decide between the options. So anyway, feel free to vote for whichever one you think we should do, and I plan to leave this poll up the entirety of the time that we are running through Majora's Mask. So have plenty of time to check it out. Okay. So with that, let's get into Majora's Mask proper. Okay, should be seeing the instruction booklet on the screen. Um, we have a question. Does the story change depending on which you play first? A little bit. The both of the games can have their own story, and they can function as Chapter 1, with the other game being Chapter 2. That being said, when a game is Chapter 2, there are some differences. There's still a lot of the story is the same, but there's some elements that have been added to kind of tie it into the other game at that point. So it's probably not massive differences, but uh, there would be some noticeable differences of playing the version 1, uh, Chapter 1 versus Chapter 2. So hopefully that uh, hopefully that clarifies. All right, so now Majora's Mask, starting with our instruction booklet. Information about the system. So our story is: in the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend held dearly by the royal family that tells of a boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from that land that had made him a legend. Done with the battles he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey. A journey in search of a beloved and invaluable friend. A friend with whom he parted ways when he finally fulfilled his heroic destiny and took his place among legends. Okay, so right away we're establishing this is a sequel to Ocarina of Time, a direct sequel, and Link is set off in search of a friend. I have to assume that the friend in question is Navi the fairy. Um, Maybe I'm wrong about that. And I guess in fairness, she did stick by us quite a bit, even though she wasn't as helpful as she probably intended to be. So let's see. We have some characters here. We have Link. After several months after rescuing Princess Zelda and saving the land of Hyrule, Link set foot into the mysterious world of Termina by chance while in the midst of a new journey. There, Link heard a frightful rumor that in just 3 days the moon would fall from the heavens onto that land. The Skull Kid, wearing a mystical mask, he appeared suddenly before Link. Hidden within the mask was tremendous power, a power that not even he understood. The world of Termina, so this is a parallel world that is similar to and yet different from the land of Hyrule, which was the setting of Ocarina of Time. Termina is a mysterious place, and the people Link meets here may look vaguely familiar at first glance. Clocktown rests at the heart of the world. Heading in any direction there will take you to mysterious regions beyond. The centerpiece of Clocktown is the Clock Tower. It is the symbol of the town and the center of activity as the townsfolk are busy with preparations for the annual carnival, despite rumors that the moon will fall from the heavens in just 3 days. Okay, so that's the second time uh, in just a couple pages that they've mentioned the moon falling. Tattle, the new fairy this time round, a slightly overbearing fairy, Tattle is always thinking of her younger brother. She will be the companion that Link will often find himself relying on in this adventure. Epona, the faithful young horse that has journeyed with Link throughout his adventures, is taken from him by the Skull Kid. Will Link and Epona ever meet again? And then we have the Deku tribe. The Dekus live primarily in a palace surrounded by the waters that flow from Woodfall. Their king is terribly stubborn and will not permit people of other tribes to enter his palace. The Goron tribe. The Gorons live in the small shrine east of Snowhead and its steep mountainous peaks. Though used to harsh winter or weather, the Gorons are in the grips of an unusually fierce cold snap. And the Zora tribe. Since this tribe lives in the water, they are particularly sensitive to environmental changes. The songs of the Zora band, the Indigogos, are popular with people of all races. Okay, so just from this little introduction bit here, we see some familiarity. We see Link again. Uh, Tattle, the new fairy who's going to be with us, is still, we've encountered fairies before. And Epona is, of course, the horse that we met and traveled with on the previous Zelda game in Ocarina of Time. And then you might recall in Ocarina of Time, we commented that we get to meet the Gorons and the Zoras, and now we saw Deku shrubs last time, and some of them were willing to do business with us. Now they're looks like they're kind of fleshed out into a whole people group themselves, and uh, just looking at the illustrations on the page here, there's a lot more difference, or not different, variety within the uh, different people groups than there was in Ocarina of Time. In Ocarina of Time, we really just had kind of like the business Deku shrubs and um, the ones that would attack us. Um, the Zoras, we just had regular Zoras, Ruto, and King Zora. Did he have a name? I don't recall him having a name. Uh, and Gorons, we had just pretty much regular Gorons and Darunia, well, and Metagoron and Big Goron, but they were still kind of just followed the same pattern. Um, Here we actually have some very different looks of some of the peoples. So, all right, then we'll get into actual gameplay stuff. So this is kind of our setup for this game. We're going into a new world, going to be seeing a lot of people, and apparently the moon is falling. So if there's no questions, let's move on. Okay. Actually, even if there are questions, we'll move on, but we just might answer the questions first. So, all right. So hopefully you're able to hear the music now. Um, and we'll get going here. And so there is, when they created the GameCube disc, there was some technical issues. Hopefully there's not too much to do with the music, but if there are, then we'll just have to live with it. Okay, looks like we already found Majora's Mask. So, good game, everybody. We'll come back. Never mind. Okay. So this appears to be Clock Town. Link doing a lot of sitting down. I guess he's earned it. He was running around quite a bit in the previous game. Looks like an inn. It's interesting that for this this is all kind of the pre-title screen stuff. We haven't gotten to the title yet, but they're showing us these just very peaceful images. Link's pretty relaxed, just kind of sitting around, people going about their daily business. The town music is just kind of nice and peaceful. And getting a little bit of more sinister music here. And there's the moon. That does look awfully close, much closer than a moon should be. Okay. Okay. Okay, in the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend held dearly by the royal family that tells of a boy. A boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land that had made him a legend. So again, we're kind of getting the same story exactly as it was in the manual. Done with the battles he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey. A journey in search of a beloved and invaluable friend. A friend with whom he parted ways when he finally fulfilled his heroic destiny and took his place among legends. Okay. Oh no, they scared us, or scared our horse so she bucked us off. Hee, you two fairies did great. I wonder if he has anything good on him. Huh, this guy. Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, the fall was enough to knock us out, apparently. Ooh, what a pretty ocarina. Hey, Skull Kid, let me touch it. I want to see. Okay, I'm just thinking, 'cause we gave the ocarina back to Princess Zelda last time, but that was as adult Link, so she could send us back. And then presumably as child Link when we went and talked to the princess and warned her about everything that was going to come, she must have given us the ocarina again, or else we got a similar ocarina. Um, you can't, Tail. What would we do if you dropped it and broke it? No way, you can't touch it. I, that's a good point. I mean, the fairies do seem like they'd be kind of small to try to actually lift an ocarina that size. Oh, but sis, why can't I try it out too? Link is not amused. Hey, that's my horse. Very impressed at the Skull Kid's ability to stay on without any kind of saddle or bridle or anything, with somebody holding onto his leg. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. We're using like the Hylian shield, but we're actually able to use it properly now. You might remember in Ocarina of Time, while we were in Kid Link form, we could only use the we could use the Deku shield properly, but the Hylian shield we just kind of kept strapped to our back and could duck with it. So that probably indicates that a couple years have passed since Link was a kid in Ocarina of Time. Okay. I don't know that the flips are really necessary, but masks, ocarinas. What's with that stupid horse of yours? It doesn't listen to a word that's said to it. Well, it's a horse. It doesn't actually speak English. There's no point in riding a thing like that, so I did you a favor and got rid of it. Aw, boo-hoo. Why the sad face? I just thought I'd have a little fun with you. Oh, come now. Do you really think you can beat me as I am now? Fool. Oh, he's using some kind of magic on us. All sorts of mad Deku shrubs. It's odd that we didn't even try to fight. I guess that's probably part of the magic, is that it's all happening in our mind. And now we have become a Deku boy. Hee, now that's a good look for you. You'll stay here looking that way forever. Oh. Sis. Whoa, Skull Kid, wait for me. I'm still here. Tail, you can't leave without me. If I wasn't dealing with you, I wouldn't have gotten separated from my brother. Well, don't just sit there, Deku boy. Do something. Why are you looking at me like that? What, is there something stuck on my face? Will you stop staring and just open that door for me? Please, come on. A helpless little girl is asking you, so hurry up. Oh, Tail, I wonder if that child will be all right on his own. I mean, he's not really on his own. He's with the Skull Kid. So. Okay, interesting. This pattern on the ground, kind of seeing 3 triangles, but like flipped from if it was a Triforce. Okay, let's. So as a Deku boy, I can't use my sword, but I can kind of spin as I move to still attack stuff. Not really sure why Skull Kid thought I would just be stuck there forever, not moving. Hey, wait for me, don't leave me behind. So, that stuff back there, I apologize, so take me with you. You want to know about that Skull Kid who just ran off, right? Well, I just so happen to have an idea of where he might be going. Take me with you and I'll help you out, deal? Please? Good, so then it's settled. Then I'll be your partner, or at least until we catch that Skull Kid. My name's Tattle, so it's nice to meet you, or whatever. Now that we've got all that straightened out, can we stop messing around and get moving? If I figure something out, press up and I'll tell you. I'm very familiar with that mechanic, yes. Hopefully you'll manage to get by without my help until then. So. Okay, so interesting. Tattle somehow managed to single-handedly keep us from moving forward, but almost immediately wants to be our friend as soon as she's left alone. So if I call you, press up right away. Yeah, that's not how that's gonna work. Sorry. I can tell you're not very used to your Deku Scrub body yet. Deku Scrub, I think. Alright, listen up. If you press and hold A as a Deku scrub while standing on a Deku flower, you can dive into it. If you wait a bit before releasing A, you'll launch out of the flower. Press A while flying to descend. Did you get that? Don't default me to no. I got that. Are you sure? One more thing. Press A when you're on the ground to perform a spin attack. Already covered that. Okay. 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 Oh, now that we have Deku nuts, we can actually drop them while gliding. Nice. Okay, if you look closely, you can kind of see our shadow on the ground when we're over ground, which does help quite a bit. Hey you, come on, press L and talk to me. Oh, no. There you go. See, you can do it if you try. When I fly over to people or objects, use L. Use L targeting, talk to people. Or if there's no one to target, you can use L to look straight ahead. But enough about that for now. Come out over to this tree and check it out. Okay. Probably would have been over there by now if you hadn't been explaining to me all the technical details. It's strange, but the way you look right now sort of looks like this tree. It looks all dark and gloomy, almost like it could start crying any second now. How sad. Yeah. A little bit. I'm not sure I see too much of a resemblance, but... If it was a person who got turned into a tree, then that is kind of sad. Okay, so we have a water wheel. Turning a shaft. A bunch of cogs up there. Okay. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Why are you scared of him? I own the Happy Mask Shop. I travel far and wide in search of masks. So, yes, you might recall this guy is at least... I don't know if he's the same actual person as the shop owner that we saw who gave us out masks in Ocarina of Time, but it's certainly the same model. And he says he owns the Happy Mask Shop, which, if I recall, was the name of that one. So maybe this guy's a traveler from Hyrule as well. Okay. During my travels, a very important mask was stolen from me by an imp in the woods. So here I am at a loss, and now I found you. Now don't think me rude, but I have been following you. Did you hop into the flowers and use them to glide around as well? I I think I'd actually want to see that. That would be very impressive. For I know a way to return you to your former self. If you can get back the precious item that was stolen from you, I will return you to normal. Okay, so we need to get our ocarina back. In exchange, all I ask is that you also get back my precious mask that the imp stole from me. What? Is it not a simple task? Why, to someone like you, it should by no means be a difficult task. It's interesting that he just kind of jumps from from posture to posture. Um, that is not a technical thing of the game, as far as I'm aware. That was in the original, and I don't see other characters doing it, or not that I recalled. So it's I think that was just intended for how this guy reacts to us. Except the one thing is, I'm a very busy fellow, and I must leave this place in 3 days. How grateful I would be if you could bring it back to me before my time here is up. But yes, you'll be fine. I see you are young and have tremendous courage. I'm sure you'll find it right away. Well then, I am counting on you. Okay. You might recall in the last game I mentioned a couple times how time really isn't an issue unless there's an actual uh, visible or audible or some kind of countdown. Well, this game definitely has that. He gives me the creeps. That mask salesman was the... Sorry, just thinking aloud. But 3 days, even if we never sleep, that still leaves us with a measly 72 hours. Talk about demanding. Well, don't just stand there. We're gonna see the Great Fairy. Look... Oh, great, a Great Fairy. Look, you want to find the Skull Kid, don't you? The Great Fairy will know what he's up to. She watches over everything. And just between you and me, the Skull Kid is no match for the Great Fairy. Go to the shrine near the North Gate. You'll find the Great Fairy in there. Ye who hold the sacred sword, leave proof of our encounter. Well, I don't hold the sacred sword at the moment, so... I have to... What do you want, Shrimp? I'm busy practicing with my blowgun. If you can't pop that balloon, then don't mess with Jim. Shrimp? I'm smaller than I was, but I'm still larger than you, especially if you consider my head alone probably weighs as much as you in your entirety. What's this? Green clothes? White fairy? Sir, could you by chance be a forest fairy? Oh my! My name is Tingle. I think I am the same as you, sir, a forest fairy. Alas, though I am already aged 35, no fairy has come to me yet. My father tells me to grow up and act my age, but why? I tell you, Tingle is the very reincarnation of a fairy. Okay, so you're not claiming to actually be a fairy, you're claiming that you're reincarnation of one, or you carry the spirit of a fairy or something. Now, while I stand here waiting for a fairy of my own, I sell maps to help out my father. Lucky, lucky, you're so lucky to have a fairy. I know, we should be friends. Yes, yes. In exchange, I will sell you a map for cheap as a sign of my friendship. That's what friends do for each other. They sell maps at discount prices. Sure, I'll take a map of Clocktown. Yippee! Okay. You got a map of Clocktown. Okay. Well, call again. Tingle, Tingle, Kalulimpa. These are the magic words that Tingle created himself. Don't steal them. I promise you I will not. Okay. Okay, this guard is much better at his job than the Hylian guards were. I'm assuming. I guess we don't know about his job yet, but... Wait a minute, Deku Scrub. Have you some errand in the mountains? It is dangerous outside the town walls, so I cannot allow a child like you to go out alone. Until you are old enough to carry a weapon, you cannot pass through here and without being accompanied by an adult. Or you cannot pass through here without being accompanied by an adult. Hey, aren't you going to the Great Fairy Shrine near the North Gate? Whoa, look at the time. We don't even have 3 days left. Okay. Oh yeah, there's our day counter in the bottom center of the screen. It is 8 o'clock on the first day. Okay, so I think this is... Is this the Great Fairy? No, this is Day Crew Scrub Playground. It sounds fun, but that's not what I'm here for at the moment. Probably should have just checked this large cave that was right here the whole time. Oh no, the Great Fairy! Which one? Young one, please hear my plea. I have been broken and shattered to pieces by the masked Skull Kid. Please find the one stray fairy lost in town and bring her to this fairy fountain. You know, I know this has got to be quite distressing for you, being broken up into dozens of mini fairies. I have to say, though, I think it's actually an improvement. But I suppose I probably should help you out anyway. Whoop. Deposit mail here. Ka-ching. I don't have any mail, sorry. Okay. I'm currently on the job. If I stop to talk, it will disrupt my schedule. Might recognize him as kind of being... I think that's the running man that we encountered in Ocarina of Time. We're the twin jugglers from the Gorman group. We're practicing for the big carnival. It happens once in a blue moon. Or in this year's case, once in a really, really scary red-eyed moon. Ho ho, I hear it's gonna fall harder than the way my clumsy brother is always dropping our juggling balls. You see, we're entertainers. We must keep people smiling no matter how grim things get. We must always be optimistic. Ho ho ho. Okay, I have to say, kind of like the attitude. Skull Kid has gone too far. We can't just let this happen. Yeah, people juggling right in the middle of the streets? Quick, we have to find the stray fairy in town and return the great fairy to normal. Whoa, look at the time. We don't have 3 days left. Okay. Can I... yep, there's the moon up there. Yeah, that's, that is definitely not how that's supposed to look. Okay. I think we saw characters like the Juggling Brothers in Kakariko Village, possibly also in Hyrule Town as a child before it became just a bunch of Redead. This poster's an eyesore. What a sorry collection of cowards. What does the poster say? Oh, maybe I can't read the poster. Okay. That guy's definitely like the carpenters that we saw in Gerudo Valley. Another all-nighter tonight. I wonder if we'll finish it. Is there... Hey, apprentice, don't just stand around looking at the sky all day. Yeah, it's... Wow, he's just literally just staring at the sky. Okay, let's... Yep, there's a great fairy. Peace. Please hear my plea. The masked Skull Kid has broken me apart and scattered my pieces. Please find a way to return me to the fairy fountain in North Clocktown. Well, I can just go there. Okay. Might notice another difference between how we were before and this form. Um, Deku Link actually cannot swim. If I get into water deep enough that I would have to swim, he'll just kind of skip across it, and if I don't make it across in enough hops, he'll just sink. So, okay. Well, we found the missing Deku Fairy. Or not Deku Fairy. Deku Fairy would be an interesting look. Not really sure I can imagine it, but it certainly couldn't be more horrifying than what we actually have, or will have in a moment. Okay. Okay. Yeah, can you go back to the way you were before, please? Oh, sorry, that might be a little bit rude to ask, but... Tattle, and you, young one of the altered shape. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I am the great fairy of magic. I thought that masked child was helping me, and I grew careless. All I can offer you now is this. I shall grant you magic power as a sign of my gratitude. Please accept it. So I do notice this great fairy has orangish hair, as opposed to, if I recall, the great fairies we encountered before all just had like pinkish hair. You've been granted magic power. In your current form, press B to shoot bubble blasts. Press and hold B to blow a big bubble. Press B to shoot it. Okay. And we use up magic power. The man who lives in the observatory outside of town may know of the Skull Kid's whereabouts, but be careful. You must not underestimate that child's powers, kind young one. If ever you are returned to your former shape, come see me. I shall give you more help. Well, that probably means that we actually do have to come back here after getting back to our normal form. Well, let's see if we can break this. Wow, it's a powerful bubble. Are you the one who just popped that up there? Not bad for a Deku scrub. We bombers have a hideout that leads to the observatory outside town. Hey, that's just where I'm trying to get to. Mind if I use it? You need a code to get in. Maybe I'll tell you what it is. But don't think you're getting it that easily. I can't just tell you what the code is. That's what you just offered. You'll have to pass my test first. Are you ready? Yes. Alright, line up, guys. If you can find all 5 of us by tomorrow morning, I'll teach you the code. Are you ready? Oh, I feel kind of bad for the one on the end. Okay, so let's see. Oh, here's one. Oh, you caught me. Now there are only 4 left. Okay. I'm not sure that I see any others here in this part of Clock Town, so... Whoop! Well, spoke too soon. Now there are only 3 left. Oh, why do we have to play these stupid brats' little games? Come on, hurry up and find them already. Only 12 hours left until morning. Now, this might be a good time to address. I think I already kind of like Tattle more than Navi, and for years I've kind of wondered why, what rubbed me the wrong way about Navi that they fixed with Tattle and some of the other ones. And I'm noticing Tattle has a lot of personality to her. Like, she actually seems like a character, not just a um, not just a navigation tool. Whereas Navi was technically a character, but with most of the time she was really just there to facilitate us targeting stuff and giving us some advice, and didn't really seem to have much personality to her. So I think that's why I, in general, won't be as down on Tattle as I was on Navi, I think. Although there might be some moments I'm forgetting where I'll might get irritated at her as well. You're hidden right out in the open. If you want to pass through here, you have to say the secret code. Oh, you're not one of the hiding ones. You're just... Jim said I can't let anyone who doesn't know the code in. If you're not a member, they won't teach you the secret code. If you want to be a member, go see Jim in North Clock Tower. Okay. Yet another guard who does his job better than the Hylian guards from Ocarina of Time. Hey. Well, did not mean to attack the chicken. Hopefully... Oh, get back here. Ah! Tricked me into going to a different part of town. Okay, so trying to chase him down, need to try to not chase him towards an exit to another part of town. Oh. No, I don't need to talk to you. There we go. Oh, you caught me now. There were only 2 left. Okay. There's one up there. Oh, kid, don't just jump down without holding on to a chicken. That's dangerous. Oh, you caught me. Now there's only 1 left. Okay. It's interesting, all the, seeing several... Hey there. Okay. Dog doesn't seem to like us very much, at least not as a Deku scrub. Okay. Oh, I think I see... Okay, that's not really hiding, that's just wandering around. Do you even understand the concept of hide and seek? Oh, no way, you finally got me. You're pretty good for a Deku scrub. If only you were human. Okay, well, casual racism there. And I could give you an original Bomber's Notebook and make you a member. Why can't I be a member as I am now? What do you guys think? No way, no scrubs. I guess not, okay. Once we let some kid who wasn't human join our gang, and boy, did we ever regret it. Sorry. Okay, they probably had a run-in with the Skull Kid before. But I'll teach you the code, just like I promised. I can only tell you once, though, so pay close attention. Are you ready? Okay, 1, 2... So 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. Okay, the entrance to our hideout is in East Clocktown. That's right, if you know the code, then you're a member, right? No, they wouldn't actually let me join, but they did give me the code, so yes, please let me pass. Thank you. There's a lot of cool stuff at that telescope guy's place. Oh yeah, and the Bomber's Secret Society of Justice Forever. Okay. Not really sure what justice you guys are involved in, but that's certainly a noble goal. Ah, yes. Sculptulas. My old foe. Now, what does Tattle have to say about him? What, you don't even know about the Sculptula? It's protected by a hard shell, but its stomach's... Oh, I know all about the Sculptulas. Fine then. How about I just do this? I wonder how the astronomer knows the Skull Kid. Well, look at the time. We don't even have 3 days left. Yep. That is going to get a little old, I think, if you specify the time every single time we have anything to talk about. Pop the Majora's Mask balloon. So, I'm kind of curious why there is a Majora's Mask balloon down here, actually. So maybe the Skull Kid put it down here to prevent people from coming this way? It's an odd globe. Maybe it's a globe of the moon. At least when it doesn't have a horrible grinning face on it. Okay. I don't want to attack it, I want to examine it. Oh, hey, it's a scarecrow! I know scarecrows. Hey, baby, I'm a styling scarecrow, wandering in search of pleasant music. Time will pass in the blink of an eye if you dance with me. If you like, baby, we can forget the time and dance till dawn. Shall we dance? Not at the moment. Oh, sorry, that's too bad. In that case, come back anytime if you do decide you want to dance. By the way, I know of a mysterious song that allows you to manipulate the flow of time. Do you want to learn it? Sure. Oh yeah, now listen up. If you play that strange song backward, you can slow the flow of time. And if you play each note twice in a row, you can move a half day forward through time. How's that? Pretty interesting, isn't it? But I'm sure I'd like any song written by you better, baby. If you like, you can play one for me. Well, I don't actually have an instrument at the moment. That incidentally is a clue. Once we get access to the Song of Time, we can repeat the notes to be able to skip forward in time, or we can play it backwards to have how long the flow of time, which is actually very useful in a game like this where we only have a certain amount of time to finish our objective. Well, well, a strange-looking child has joined me today. Are you a new friend of the Bombers gang? Your manners seem much better than those of your mischievous friend from the other day. Yeah, he's not really my friend. He's a horse thief and ocarina thief. Herf. Okay, I guess that's how that's supposed to... That ill-mannered troublemaker from the other day said he'd break my instruments. He said he'd steal my moon's tear. There was no stopping him. Even now, just watch him. He's probably causing trouble around the clock tower. Sure, I'll take a peek through the telescope. Yeah, we're actually outside of Clock Town. Okay, so there's mountains to the north, woods to the south. There's a big mountain over there. That actually kind of looks like Death Mountain a little bit. Alright, so... Kind of rude. Well, did you find that troublemaker? And that loud noise, what was that? Perhaps another moon's tear has fallen nearby. Go through that door and take a look outside. But I wonder how that troublemaker got on top of the clock tower. The only way up there is through the clock door, and that opens only on the eve of the carnival. Okay. Well, it's nice and convenient. Anything else while we're out here? Oh, there's these gossip stones. It's like my heart is being peered right into. That's a disturbing eye. Yeah. So, okay. Got the moon's tear. Sparkling beauty radiates rather strangely. The little cross on the front is interesting. Not at all what I would expect from a natural stone. Yeah, guy, I found found the moon's tear. What could that troublemaker be doing atop the clock tower? I just hope he's not plotting another one of his no-good tricks. Video really likes to go all in on reminding you that the day is about to change. I might have noticed the screen shrinking a little bit. So yeah, very, really hammering home rather strongly just how important the time mechanic is. Ow. Yep, forgot about you. So, okay. Alright, so we know where the skull kit is. Let's go ask around the clock tower. Maybe we'll find something, or learn something. We don't even have 2 days left. No, this is a little clock, kind of like the big clock on the tower. Okay, so that center panel does move. I was gonna say, if it didn't, I would have no clue how to even begin to read that clock. I still don't know exactly what time it's indicating, but at least it looks like there actually could be some indication. Okay, so let's see. How to get on top of the clock tower. Do you remember the code? I thought you guys were only going to tell me once. Go to the secret hideout before you forget it. It's in East Clocktown. Oh. I mean, it's very generous of you to keep telling me, even though you guys said you were only going to tell me once, so... I guess maybe their attitude is not so much that they hate Deku Scrubs on principle, but just had a really bad experience with Skull Kid, and it's just been kind of traumatic for him, so that might be a little bit more understandable. Maybe it means that, the fact they're willing to help us out means maybe we can... minds are changing a little bit. So, here's a... Wait, hang on! This is my private property! Don't try using it when I'm not around. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't realize this was claimed. I've already sold out of my wares and the carnival hasn't even begun. I'm thinking of closing up shop so I can buy a gift for my wife and return to her in my village. I've heard that a stone called the Moon's Tear shines brighter than any other in the land. If you've got one, I'd really like to get it from you. My wife would love it. If you give it to me, I'll give you my spot here, Deku flower included. Okay, seems like a good deal. Oh, that stone! You must hand it over to me! In exchange, I'll give you my spot here, Deku flower included, yes? Alright, we traded the Moon's Tear for a land title deed. You really helped me out. Now I have the perfect souvenir for my wife. She hasn't set eyes on a jewel or strange sparkling stone like this in a very long time. The title deed for this spot should be in high demand among Deku scrubs, but you already know that. If you don't need it anymore, you can always sell it. So it's interesting. We first saw this with the pea hats back in the original Zelda, and then even continuing on to Ocarina of Time. The plants being able to fly by their flowers like this. The fact that all Deku scrubs seem to be able to do the same thing is a little curious, however. The door to the clock tower opens only once a year, at midnight on the eve of the carnival. Okay. So we can't go up yet. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else we have to do at the moment. So we might go back to the Scarecrow and dance the night away to get to advance it to the third day. First we'll talk to this lady. I think it's a lady. Hey there, little guy. Won't you deposit some rupees? Nowadays, even if people have money, they don't deposit any. Nothing, nothing. So for a limited time, I'll give you a special gift based on how much you deposit. For example, if you deposit 200 rupees, you'll get an item that holds a lot of rupees. So, alright. Really, are you really depositing 57 rupees? Seriously, that's a lot, a lot, a lot! So, little guy, what's your name? JJ48 is it? Got it, I won't forget your deposits. Let me stamp you with my special ink. Hey, relax, it doesn't leave any marks, and it's not gonna hurt. If it doesn't leave any marks, how useful is it? There, now I'll know you when I see you. Alright, total of 57 rupees. Come back and deposit some after you've saved up a bunch. Okay, so I think we just need to get to the evening of the third day. I didn't really need to come up here. There's a spot directly over to East Clocktown. This is good. I was just hoping to be able to get to the Skull Kid tonight, but it looks like we might be able to get past him into more of the game. The door to the clock, yes. Yes, the door opens once a year. Alright. If you like, we can forget the time and dance until night. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, how was it? Went by in an instant, right? I'm still full of energy. If you like, we can forget the time and dance till dawn. Yeah, I think we want to do that. So they're playing Saria's song the moment. Interesting. Okay. And we want to go to night of this day. I'm still full of energy, but outside it seems to have gotten kind of dangerous. Yikes, I'm getting out of town. Take care. I know of a mysterious song that will... okay. We've already heard about the mysterious song. Okay, let's... Oh my, I think the moon's gotten a little bigger even. Which I guess makes sense considering it's supposed to fall before too long. Okay, so let's... all we can do is wait around until... Interesting. I wonder what that beam of light is for. It's like, why do we need a lighthouse in the middle of town? This place does seem pretty abandoned at the moment. Hey, Deku Kid, you waiting for us to finish the bridge from the festival tower to the clock tower entrance up there? Sorry, my apprentices panicked and ran away. This is all we get for a festival tower. It's not quite tall enough, is it? Sheesh. Even if we went to the top of the festival tower, we wouldn't be able to get up to the clock tower entrance. I apologize for all this. I wish I could scare that moon away. Okay, that guy, that guy's got some guts, just sticking around, even though the moon's drop is kind of imminent. Stop right there. I would like to help you get out of town as quickly as possible, but your parents must be looking for you. If I let you out now, you'll just get lost. You'd better wait here. Okay. Uh, Not only are the guards better at their jobs, but man, that guy's also pretty dedicated. In fact, he's not running himself. And is it just me, or does the moon look like it's actually moving? Very slowly. And it's almost midnight once the little sun icon gets back up to the top of the green square. Let's see. Okay, and now we know that's getting serious because our little sun counter changed to a countdown counter. Don't stop now. Look, you can get up there now. I feel like we should queue up the final countdown. Does seem odd to be getting to the final boss quite this early in our playthrough. Sis! Ah, Tail, we've been looking for you two. Hey, Skull Kid, what if you gave that mask you're wearing back now? Hey, come on, are you listening? Swamp, mountain, ocean, canyon. Hurry, the four who are there, bring them here. Ooh. It's not a good way to treat your friends. Don't speak out of line, stupid fairy. No, what are you doing to my brother? Skull Kid, do you still think you're our friend after that? Well, whatever. Even if they were to come now, they wouldn't be able to handle me. Just look above you. If it's something that can be stopped, then just try to stop it. So, Skull Kid's actually bringing down the moon. Isn't that gonna kill him as well? Hopefully I have enough fingers to play this thing. You got the Ocarina of Time back. Princess Zelda gave you this precious instrument. Set it to see, okay. Suddenly, memories of Princess Zelda come rushing back to you. You are already leaving this land of Hyrule, aren't you? Even though it was only a short time, I feel like I've known you forever. Yeah, it's weird. It was longer in a different timeline. Although I guess even then we just kind of met the one time, or a couple times as kids, and then worked with each other a little bit as adults. But yeah, it's complicated. I'll never forget the days we spent together in Hyrule, and I believe in my heart that a day will come when I shall meet you again. Until that day comes, please take this. Okay, so we did get the ocarina from her again. Confirmed. I am praying that your journey be a safe one. If something should happen to you, remember this song. Oh, the Hyrule Royal Family Melody, or Zelda's Lullaby. This reminds me of us. No, that is not Zelda's Lullaby. That is the Song of Time. You remembered the Song of Time. This melody, lingering on the edges of your mind, is a song of memories of Princess Zelda. The goddess of time is protecting you. If you play the Song of Time, she will aid you. Snap out of it! What are you doing lost in memories? Get yourself together. Getting that old ocarina back isn't going to help us. Oh, if only you knew. Somebody, anybody, goddess of time, help us please. We need more time. I'm kind of curious, since we established in the last game that we had Din, Nehru, and Furore, the three creator goddesses. I'm wondering where the goddess of time stands in relation to those three. Is she like above them, below them, or just kind of manager of a different department? Huh? when did you get that instrument? Yeah, when I started trying to play my ocarina, I played this instead, apparently. Save and return to the dawn of the first day. Yes. Oh, come on. Okay, still having these issues, apparently. Okay, so yeah, that was... Okay, got our horse stolen, encountered Skull Kid, turned into a Deku scrub. Whoa, met the creepy mask guy. And we're back. Well, what just happened? Everything has... started over. Moon's back up to where it was 3 days ago. Or now, I guess. What are you anyway? That song you played, that instrument. That instrument. Wait, that's it, your instrument. The mask salesman said that if you got back the precious thing that was stolen from you, he could return you to normal. Did you completely forget or what? Well, I haven't really had time to act on that at all. Okay. Were you able to recover your precious item from that imp? Oh, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it! Whoa, where did the organ come from? Do you know Ganondorf by any chance? He was pretty skilled at the instant organ as well. Then listen to me. Please play this song that I am about to perform and remember it well. Follow along after me. The instant organ that sounds an awful lot like a piano. Bye-bye, I guess. We're leaving on friendly terms. This is a melody that heals evil magic and troubled spirits, turning them into masks. That seems convenient. Why aren't we using that anytime we encounter evil magic? I'm sure it will be of assistance to you in the future. Ah yes, I give you this mask in commemoration of this day. Fear not, for the magic has been sealed inside the mask. When you wear it, you will transform into the shape you just were. When you remove it, you will return to normal. You got the Deku mask to keep as a memento. Okay. Wear the mask to inhabit the body of a Deku, and then take it off to return to normal. Now I have fulfilled my promise to you, so please give me that which you promised me. Yeah, about that. Don't tell me. My mask. You did get it back, didn't you? Oh. Oh my. What have you done to me? If you leave my mask out there, something terrible will happen. mask that was stolen from me. It is called Majora's Mask. It is an accursed item from legend that is said to have been used by an ancient tribe in its hexing rituals. It is said that an evil and wicked power is bestowed upon the one who wears that mask. According to legend, the troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great the Ancient Ones, fearing such catastrophe, sealed the mask in shadow forever, preventing its misuse. But now that tribe from the legend has vanished, so no one really knows the true nature of the mask's power. But I feel it. I went to great lengths to get that legendary mask. When I finally had it, I could sense the doom of a dark omen brewing. It was that unwelcome feeling that makes your hair stand on end. And now that imp has it. I'm begging you, you must get that mask back quickly or something horrible will happen. I'm begging you, you must do it. Really? You'll do it for me? I was certain you would tell me that. You'll be fine. Surely you can do it. Believe in your strengths. Believe. I mean, I think I can probably do it in, say, 3 days. Surely you'll be able to recover Majora's Mask. Only 71 hours remain, but time is not eternal. Please make the most of your time. Oh, time actually time's kind of my plaything at the moment. I believe in you. I will be waiting here for you. Speaking of which, play the inverted Song of Time. Oh, my bad. I probably need to step outside first. Let's get to where there's actually a clock. Yes. That mask. The Skull Kid uses the power of that mask to do those terrible things. Well, whatever it takes, we've got to do something about it. Swamp, mountains, ocean, and canyon that Tail was trying to tell us about. I bet he was referring to the 4 areas just outside of town. There's one in each compass direction. Convenient. But what do you suppose he meant by the 4 who are there? I have no idea. He always skips important stuff. I guess we should just go and find out. If we go through that gate straight ahead, we'll be heading in the direction of the swamp. And we'll slow the flow of time, giving us a bit more time. So, statue of an owl. You might remember in Ocarina of Time, there was an owl that was kind of our guide, especially as Child Link. I think it was his Child Link primarily. You can save your progress and quit here. When you reselect your file, my face will appear by your file name. If you reopen this owl file, then reset without saving. Okay. No. Okay, so the game only really saves during when we go back in time, but we can do kind of temporary saves for the purposes of quitting at the owl statues. Hey, buddy, you've got a mask. It's kind of interesting. I remember having that mask in Ocarina of Time. Doesn't seem to want to talk to us. Stop right there. Have you some errand in the swamp? It is dangerous outside the town walls, so I cannot allow a child like you to. A sword? My apologies, sir. It was wrong of me to treat you like a child. The southern swamp at Woodfall lies in this direction. Be careful. So, any of these kids just, like, pick up a sword and come here, the guards will just let him out of town? No. Okay, that's... We have the actual Zelda theme again. We didn't have that in the last game. It's a green choo-choo. It's nothing to be afraid of. It usually has something in its stomach that's of use. Sway to Romani Ranch. Please visit the home of Chateau Romani. Not at the moment. Oh, I remember this. Tail and I drew this with the Skull Kid when we first met him. He told us that he had been fighting with his friends and that they had left him all alone. This was before he got the Majora's Mask. Having fun just playing together. Saria's song, of course, the song of just goofing off and having fun. I'm sure it was because he was always playing tricks, so nobody wanted to play with him. But to do what he did just because of that. The ominous, kind of growling sounds ought to have kind of tipped him off. And once he got his power... Okay. It's a bad bat. If you don't do something before it swoops down on you, well, just don't come running to me. So not calling them Keese anymore, we're just calling them bad bats. Ow! Oh, there's lots of them around here. Okay, can't climb past that one. Okay, very dedicated bat. Okay, mildly horrifying. I know that actually was kind of both rude and dangerous to pop someone's mode of elevation like that. Okay. Oh yeah, we traveled back in time, so he doesn't remember us. Okay. Woodfall. I don't have rupees for it at the moment. Sorry. I'll call again. So, one of the mechanics here is that when we travel back in time, excuse me, we'll lose all of our rupees, all of our bows, all of our. You can see we don't have any Deku nuts anymore. Kind of like all bombs, any kind of usable item like that. But we'll keep stuff like the ocarina and important items that we find. The one exception being when I stored my rupees in the bank, they will still be there when we travel back. Somehow, the rupees that are there still exist. I don't be in this form anymore. I probably should have checked what Tattle had to say about it before killing that thing. Okay. Swamp tourist information ahead. Okay. Okay, did not mean to do that. Thanks for stopping. You're not from here, are you? I sell magic beans to Deku scrubs, but I'd really like to leave my hometown. I'm hoping to find some success in a livelier place. But to open a business in another place, you got to go through the proper channels first. Do you know what I mean? I don't actually at the moment. Sorry, but I must get back to business. You didn't understand my problem? Oh well, don't pay it any heed. Okay, so if we find a way to get him business in another place, he'd like that. Okay, go inside. Blimey, where is he? That spoiled child is off playing hooky again. A child his age has no business searching for fairies. You're Tingle's dad, aren't you? Oh, him. Welcome. Well then, why don't you show me the pictograph you've I don't have a pictograph. What are you talking about? Huh? Is this your first time entering the pictograph contest? Well, the Swamp Tourist Center is currently holding a pictograph contest. It's open to all ages, from children to adults. For nice pictographs taken in the swamp, a free boat cruise will be awarded as a special prize. So, would you like to enter our contest? Oh, but to enter, you first must take the boat cruise. Boat cruise reservations are handled at that window over there. If you're interested, go for a ride. Okay. Old Koume's boat cruise. Ticket office closed. Please inquire at the Magic Hag's potion shop near the edge of the swamp. Interesting. You might recall Koume was the name of one of the two witches that we fought in the Spirit Temple. In Ocarina of Time. And that's one of the things I find interesting in this game is that Of course, the fact that it says this is kind of an alternate world already kind of lends itself to drawing comparisons when we see characters repeat things. But as we go forward, we're going to see even not just like townsfolk characters and people that we might expect to just get reused, but even some very unique characters like Kume and Kotake um, appear again. Don't tell me you don't know about the Deku Baba. Cut it down when it has extended its body, and Deku nuts or sticks will come out. I don't really need to stay in this form once we It's a mini Baba. It won't attack unless you get too close to it, so watch your step. Okay, or it won't attack if it's dead. Still kind of looks the same. Teehee, welcome! My potions work very well, they do. Are you by any chance a boat cruise customer? How unfortunate Kume has gone into the woods out back looking for mushrooms. Now that I think about it, she's a bit late coming back. Say, could you go find her for me? Yes, it's easy getting lost in these woods. Ask the monkeys that live there. If only I had some fragrant mushrooms. Long ago, this powerful nose of mine could detect them wherever they grew. But lately, my nose has lost its touch. It's tough getting old. It might be just mere coincidence for the sake of making the joke or reference there, but I can't help but notice, given how much emphasis they've already placed on time, that talking about getting older and aging is another time reference. Woods of Mystery, beware of ferocious turtles. That is not a warning that you see every day. Follow me. Don't even know where I'm going. Oh. Oh, help me. What? No, I don't need a bush. Need a... I was just busy minding my own business, picking mushrooms, when bam! I got hit from behind. That pesky skull kid, did he think an old hag wouldn't recognize him if he hid his face? Oh, to think he's that powerful and now I can't even move. Don't you have anything that gives you energy? Not on me. Oh, what is this? You're no help. I say, you're not at all what you make yourself out to be. It's interesting they're the Woods of Mystery now, rather than the Lost Woods. I wonder if they're worried about getting into, like, copyright infringement with... trademark infringement with Hyrule. Okay, let's... Okay, sister says she needs something that'll give her energy. What's that? The Skull Kid got Sakome? That's ridiculous. If it's just the Skull Kid, then what harm could he possibly do? Oh, well, if that's true, then take this potion to her. This isn't good. Okay. Bottle of red potion. Quick, take that potion to her. Okay, and I'm not going to slot it at the moment so that I don't have to worry about accidentally using it. Not sure why I jumped off that way when I need to go this way. So I'm assuming that the monkey isn't asking us to follow it because it knows where we want to go. It's asking us to follow it because the monkeys know that Kume is hurt and or incapacitated or something, and they're just asking any passers-by for help. Oh, okay. Do want to go this way? Yeah, see, there's the other monkeys around her until we come up. So, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Oh, don't you feel obligated to help a sorry old hag when you see one? Yeah, that's why I went back to get you some help. Ah, that color, that smell, that's definitely Kotake's. Ooh, feel the energy flow. Kume is revived. Whoa, that is some revival. You saved me. I'm the swamp tour guide. I run the boat cruise, so come by if you want a free ride. So where did the broom go when she was lying on the ground? Is it just something that she conjures out of thin air, I guess? You have strange powers, no? Me been watching you. Lately this swamp filled with poison water. Temple above waterfall strange. Brother go to temple. But brother no able to find temple entrance. Temple for Deku only. Brother captured by Deku, now in palace. Help. Okay, well, I'd like to help your brother, but first I think I need to go take a boat tour. Ow. Actually, first I need to stop getting beat up by a Deku Baba. Okay, this way is back the way we came. Well, this is where the boat cruise leaves from, but unfortunately it's for humans only. Okay, that's... I can understand you not recognizing me, but... okay. Oh, thanks for what you did back there. And a special deal just for you, I'll let you take this cruise for free. Ah, yes, we've got a special going on right now, so we're giving this out for free. Wow, giving out a camera for free. Nice. Got a pictograph box. Okay, look through it and press A to stamp a picture. You can shoot only one pictograph at a time, but you can retake it as many times as you like. If you take a nice picture from the boat, take it to that fella over there. Alright, the boat's leaving. Welcome to the boat cruise. Please set your pictograph box to C, then tilt C to look through it. I won't do that at the moment. it's all the same with you. Please enjoy the swamp scenery to your heart's content. Okay, not quite as... doesn't have quite as much of a humorous announcer as like the Jungle Cruise ride at Disney. I guess that's what you get with the Swamp Cruise ride. Okay. I guess Octoroks must be an invasive species or something. We're not concerned at all with their preservation or well-being. Now arriving at Deku Palace. The swamp water is poisonous here, so please watch your step. Let's not disembark just yet. Let's continue the tour. We can come back. Yeah, I really didn't... I think they need to do a better hiring job of trying to get some people who are a little wittier during this tour. Music was nice, though. Okay, well, welcome back. If you're ever in the mood, come again. That's it. That's a solid 3 out of 5. That's not the best swamp boat tour I've been on, but not the worst. So actually it was necessary for us to go through the boat tour, whether we got off or not, because that Octorok would have been in the way if we tried to come through this way without it. So Deku Palace ahead, beware of Octoroks. Yes, that is exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Can I speak to you? No? Okay. Oh, there's normal size Octoroks too. Oh, and there's the purplish poison water. So if we were swimming as Link instead of hopping across it, we could swim through the normal water, but the poison water would damage us, I believe. So that's why we actually need to be hopping across it as a Deku Scrub if we don't take the boat. I like the music for this location, too. This is the Palace of the Deku Kingdom. Only those on official business may enter. But you may enter to see the public humiliation of the foolish monkey who angered our king. Follow this hall straight to the royal chamber. Do not enter any other areas whatsoever. Palace Garden. Palace Garden. Those are any other areas, so we won't enter them at the moment. So this might be a good picture. Yeah, that's a good picture. Okay. I haven't seen your face before. Are you visiting? Usually I don't allow the likes of you in my royal chamber, but today is different. We're about to punish the foolish monkey who kidnapped the Deku princess. He has insulted the royal family. I'll show him what happens when you do that. That foolish monkey is up in that cage. Take a good look at his face. He's up there. They keep saying that I kidnapped her. No matter how many times they say it, it's not going to bring the princess back. If they're not careful, the princess will fall victim to a monster. Please, believe my words. You speak much better than your brother, I have to say. Oh dear. I saw it, that monkey and the princess entering the temple at night. But only the monkey came back out. The tiny princess only recently learned to play the Deku pipes. His Royal Highness was so proud of her. Only royal family members can enter the sunken temple, so it's obvious that the monkey was using her. Rumor has it that the monkey ate the princess. How frightful. I didn't even know that monkeys like to eat wooden people. Now that our beloved princess is missing, the king has been unable to keep his cool. I fear the princess may be caught up in some kind of trouble, just as that monkey claims. But in his current state, the king can't even send troops out to look for her. What are we to do? Everyone, hurry up and get that cauldron ready! Wait. So, are they planning to eat the monkey? Or are they just thinking that maybe if they... Maybe they're just doing it for the sake of torture, but... Was my brother alright? For the immediate future, yes. Did you see entrance to cage? We know secret route there. Enter secret route from outer garden entrance. But entrance in tall place, no can reach it. Need bean from bean cellar, live beneath palace garden. Understand my meaning? Yeah. Oh, you smart. Plant bean in soft place by outer garden. You figure out rest. Hurry, help brother. Okay. Well, this actually seems like a good place to stop at the moment if I can find one of those owl statues. Is there one just outside here? Maybe there's one around to... That was a close one. Well, okay, not going that way. Well, I don't know where exactly... I thought there was a owl statue up this way, but I know that there's an owl statue back by the tourist info center, so we can go there. Okay. And I think there might also be a bean cellar back there too, which will be rather useful as well. Didn't the Deku Scrub say that he sold beans to other Deku Scrubs? Let's see if that's accurate before we go. Thanks for stopping by. Actually, I want to do business at the palace, but there's this big octopus and nothing really can be done about it, so I set up shop here. Do you know what magic beans are, sir? I'll sell you one for 10 rupees. Oh, you don't know how to use magic beans? Then I guess I can't sell you any. Ah, so we do need to talk to the guy at the palace probably before we can use this guy. He can just refill our supply once we've already learned how, so. Okay, so hopefully this save point will work. You can save your progress and quit here when you reselect your file, okay? Save your progress and quit, yes. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that seems like that worked at any rate. Well, it keeps saying it couldn't save it, but there's an owl picture next to our save file, so I'll assume that that worked for next time. I'll check it beforehand. I can always get back to this point if necessary. So, anyway, thank you for joining me tonight and following me with starting through this new game, and we'll continue it next week. Have a good week. Bye.